A warm welcome to all those who are watching this program on behalf of Missions India. These are anxious days. We are worried about many things. Many of us have lost our jobs. We don't know whether we will find another job. Future looks very bleak. We don't know whether we will have enough money to take care of our families. Worries haunt us. In the midst of it all, we want to encourage you to trust in our God who cares for us. Do not be dismayed. He will take care of us. Our God keeps His promises. He has promised, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Walter Stillman Martin was a preacher. One day he had a preaching engagement, but he thought of cancelling it and staying back home to take care of his ailing wife, Sivilla. But then his 9-year-old son came up with a question. Daddy, don't you think our God can take care of our mother when you are away? Challenged by their son's faith, he decided to go for the preaching. When he came back, he saw his wife well. Inspired by their son's faith, she penned these words to the song. Walter sat by the keyboard and composed the song, Be not dismayed, whatever betide, God will take care of us. Yes, God will take care of us.
Be not dismayed, whatever betide, God will take care of you. Beneath His wings of love abide, God will take care of you.
God will take care of you through every day or all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. All you may need, He will provide. God will take care of you. Nothing you ask will be denied. God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day or all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you. No matter what may be the test, God will take care of you. Lean, weary one upon His breast, God will take care of you. God will take care of you through every day or all the way.
believe in God have the great conviction that God cares for them. But when life's battle becomes very tight, we sometimes wonder, does God care? I am reminded about a story of a prince. He was being trained by his father, the king, in governing the country and also defending the country. So he was given an assignment to fight a battle, and he was also supplied with a military unit. He gladly took up that challenge and he went to fight the battle. As the battle became very difficult, he sent a word to his father. Daddy, battle is very tough. Please send help. But the king did not respond to it. So he sent a second message. Daddy, battle is getting very, very difficult. Please come and help. This time also the king did not respond. When the third time the message was sent, Daddy sent a message back to his son. He said, son, I have fought many battles and I am a good soldier too. I know when you need help. Also remember, I am your father. I love you. So when you need help, I will never withhold it from you. What the prince needed to understand was that his father knows and his father loves. You know, when doubts come into our lives, this is what we must also know about God. God knows what is best for us and He loves us. We get a better understanding from the gospel story that we see in Mark's Gospel chapter 4, beginning from verse 35 to verse 41. Jesus asked the disciples, go to the other side. That means cross the Sea of Galilee. Well, they obeyed and went. And He traveled with them. And He was sleeping on a cushion. That means He was purposely sleeping, not dozing off. But then a storm arose. And water began to rise and fill the boat. The disciples, although they were good fishermen experienced in sailing, they became scared. They asked Jesus, Master, don't you care? We are perishing. We are drowning. The Bible says Jesus woke up and He only said 3 words. Peace, be still. The wind became still and the sea became calm. Jesus asked them a question. Why were you afraid? The disciples were surprised to see the wind and the waves becoming calm at the word of their master. And they began to talk to one another. They had another question. Who is this? Well, that question brings out the real need for a deeper understanding of God. Who is this? A God who is master of everything. He can calm every storm in our life. From this story, let us understand, does God really care? Did Jesus care for them? He really cared for them. First of all, He cared for them so deeply that He wanted to guide them each step of their way. As they were very happy this side of the Galilee, and they were ministering, Jesus told them, go to the other side. You know, many of us, like the disciples, we want to keep the status quo. We want to be here. We want to be happy here. Because God cares. He tells us about the other side. the possibilities. I hope you remember the story of Joseph in the Old Testament. He was a very happy boy in father's house, and he was also the favorite boy. But God gave him a dream. Well, that dream was going to take him to Egypt, a faraway country, and God was going to raise him up to be the ruler of that country. Who gave that dream? God gave the dream. God cares for us, that He gives us possibilities and our future plans. God knows what is best for us. You know, people who are very excellent in scheduling their time have a plan for their calendar year. Some of them may have it for a longer period of time. But do you know, God has our plan scheduled from our birth till the very end of our life. He planned it well. He knows it through and through. Not only on an year basis or a month basis or a weekly basis. He knows an hour basis, and even He knows what's going to happen every moment of our life, because He cares. Jesus cares. Secondly, He cares for them so much that He decided to travel with them. His presence was there. He was sleeping in that boat. You know, God never sends us to a place where He fails to come with us. He has promised throughout the Bible that He will never fail us, nor forsake us. And He will never leave us any moment of our life. Jesus was there with them, even in the storm. Does Jesus care? Of course He cares. He decided to travel with them. You know, His presence with us is an indication that He cares for us. You know, Psalm 46 was a psalm written by a man who went through real difficulties of life. And he said, God is our refuge and strength, and very present help in our troubles. And he said, even if the mountains move and if it falls into the ocean, it doesn't matter. God is with us. You know, the presence of God, this is what we see in this story. Jesus cared for them. He was with them. You know, Native Americans have a strange way of training their boys. The father and his friends blindfolds the boy and takes him to a deep forest and makes him stay all through that night there. You know, when the boy is taken to that deep forest, blindfolded, and put there in that forest all alone, he would always wonder, does my daddy care for me? But when the dawn comes, when the day breaks, the boy will always find that he was always there with a bow and an arrow. All through the night, the father was there, ready to protect him. You know, in the nights of our life, in the darkness of our soul, always remember the loving Father is always there to take care of us. In this journey, Jesus was there. Thirdly, we know that God cares for them by the way He listened to them and woke up and stilled the storm. You know, God hears our prayers. You know, that indicates that He cares for us. Here the disciples must have shouted. They must have yelled at Jesus, Master, We are perishing. But even if it was a whisper from their mouth, he would have heard it. Not only a whisper, the groaning of the soul. God hears it. Our God is a God who hears our cries and our prayers. Why? Because He cares for us. Helen Roseveare was a missionary doctor in Zaire, the old Congo. She had a girls' home near her hospital. So one time a child was born and it was a premature baby. Those days there were no incubators. And so the doctor, when she came to the children's home, she told the girls, we must pray. We must pray for a new hot water bottle. We have a new baby. We want to keep the baby warm. The old bottles have become bad and cannot be used. So the children earnestly prayed. But then a little one prayed, God, if you are packing it, please put a doll for me too. Well, that was a very simple prayer from an innocent heart. Few days later, a parcel came. Well, we must always remember this parcel was shipped many days before the prayer was made. But when the parcel came, for sure there was a hot water bottle. Well, the little girl was standing nearby. She said, if God has packed it, I'm sure the doll is there too. To their surprise, there was a little doll too. God hears our heart's desire. Why? Because He cares for you and for me. Fourthly, God cares for us because He makes us grow in faith. That's what He does. Why did Jesus take them through this journey? So that they will grow in their faith and knowledge of Him. You know, Jesus was training these men not just to see a few miracles here and there and to teach few words. Jesus was training them to be mighty men who's going to shake the world, or according to the Acts of the Apostle, turn the world upside down. That was God's plan. For that, He needed mighty men. That means they needed to grow. You know, calm waters will never make a very skillful sailor. A skillful sailor will only come out of being trained on rough seas. And it's exactly what Jesus did, because Jesus cares. Jesus cares for them that they may grow in their spiritual life and they become mighty giants in their work for the Lord. So does Jesus care? Why is this happening to us? Sometimes we wonder. Because He cares. He wants us to grow in life. I'm sure we are all familiar with the story of the eaglets in the little nest up on a tree. The eagle always makes a nest way up on a tree. And it's always a very comfortable nest. And the eagle comes very often with food. As the eggs are hatched, feeds them and makes them grow. But then suddenly the plan changes. Eagle begins to disturb the nest, takes the twigs and the sticks from here and there, and the nest becomes shaky. And the little eaglets would always wonder, does our mother care for us? What is she doing? Disturbing our comfortable nest? Then suddenly the nest is gone. They drop to the ground. Probably they cry, Mommy, don't you care? But suddenly they see their mother flying down and then carry them on those big wings up into the sky, drop them down again. In few times of the same experience, they begin to fly. You know what the mother is going to tell them? Little birdies, you are made to fly. You are to fly up in the sky. You need to grow. That is why I made all this happen in your life. Friends, does Jesus care? He cares for you and me. How do we know? He has plans for you and me all through our life. He has planned it well for us. And always remember that He always stays very close to us. When trouble comes, He is the present help. And when we cry out, He hears and He answers. And He wakes up. And then He makes us grow in our life so that we will become useful people. Does Jesus care? Yes, He cares for you and for me. What a wonderful God we have. As you listen to this word, if you are going through troublesome times, shaken in your life, maybe shaken in your faith too, remember that God cares for you. He will never fail you, and He will never leave you and forsake you. He will always be with you. What a wonderful God we have. Trust Him. He will see you through in life. May God richly bless you.
God will take care of you through every day or all the way. He will take care of you. God will take care of you.
We hope you were encouraged by what you have seen and what you have heard. If you want to know more about this God who cares, please feel free to call us at this number or write to us in this address. May God bless you.